Iyer was soon transferred to Berhampur, a town in eastern India. It was with a heavy heart that he went there. While there, his feet became covered with painful sores. Even after extensive treatment, including a surgery, there was no relief. However, despite the intense pain, he had to go on official work. He prayed fervently to Bhagavan for help. The very next morning, there was a knock on his door. When he opened it, there were two sadhus standing outside. They told him, "We are on a pilgrimage and have come from Arunachala. Before we left, Bhagavan told us to come to Berhampur and meet you." He received them warmly. Noticing that Iyer was suffering from painful sores, the sadhus prepared an Ayurvedic paste from tamarind and sambarani, a kind of common Indian incense, and applied it on Iyer's sores. The very next day, Iyer was totally cured. His emotionally charged devotion to Bhagwan at this miracle gushed out of him as a song called Saranagati, a perennial favorite with Bhagwan's devotees. "I surrender to you. To whom else am I to surrender? You who are perfect in Arunachala, which endows one with ultimate release, O Ramana, rain cloud of compassion, is this not the appropriate time for granting me your glance of grace? If you delay, what am I to do? My beloved, remove my sorrow and grant me bliss. I cannot bear this indifference any further. O you who are Brahman itself, I surrender to you." I was very close to Iyer, and once he told me about this song. See the beauty, Ganeshan. It is not because of this song that the cure took place. The cure had already taken place, and if at all I had to sing a song with my brain, I would have only sung a song of gratitude, thanking Bhagwan for curing me. Look at this song. It says, "Is this not the appropriate time for granting me your glance of grace? If you delay, oh, what am I to do? My beloved, remove my sorrow and grant me bliss. I cannot bear this indifference any further." This is after the miracle had happened. He started quoting from sages and saints like Manikavasakar, Meera and Tukaram, where they pray, "Bless this wretched dog," when God has already blessed them. It was not the other way about. Then he quoted from Bhagwan's 11 verses to Arunachala. "O Arunachala, drawing me with your cords of grace, although I had not even dimly thought of you, you decided to kill me outright. How then has one as weak as I am offended you, that you now leave the task unfinished? You have not killed me, you have left it half done. Why do you torture me, keeping me suspended between life and death? Fulfill your task of killing me now, and long survive me all alone, O Lord." He continued, that has already been done to Bhagwan, but still he writes this as prayer. Why should Manikavasakar sing, "I am the worst sinner, please save me"? It is not because of the prayer that the Lord came and saved him. In his Aksharamana Malay, Bhagwan says, "Bless me that I may die without losing hold of you. Otherwise miserable is my fate, Arunachala. Place your sacred hand upon my head and make me partake of your grace. Do not abandon me, Arunachala. O Arunachala, unite with me to destroy our separate identities as you and bless me with the supreme state of ever-vibrant joy." It looks like a prayer. Many people have had this doubt and asked Bhagwan, "You're a jnani, so why did you write, 'Save me, do not allow me to be condemned'?" The answer is that it had already been done. We should have prayed first to get God's grace. But God, being great, gives His grace first and then accepts our prayer, even if we do it later. In 1922, Bhagavan saved Iyer from definite death. Kapali Shastri was an eyewitness to that miracle and has written in his book. Maharshi was living on the hill in Skandashram. A few of us used to accompany him during Giri Pradakshina. On one such day before starting our Giri Pradakshina, we got word that Supervisor Ramaswami Iyer had taken ill suddenly and was lying at Virupaksha cave. The Maharshi went down the hill to the place where Iyer was lying. Iyer was having violent palpitations of the heart. Maharshi sat near him, placing his hand on his head. Within 5 minutes, Iyer got up and looked quite normal. Maharshi kept sitting. He did not get up even after an hour. I had in my bag in Skandasram olive oil, which I went and brought and rubbed on Maharshi's head. Then we all went back to Skandasram. When I asked Bhagwan, he simply replied, "Well, Ramaswami Iyer got up and I sat down. I was conscious when the oil was rubbed. It was very pleasant." He did not say he performed a miracle or anything like that. Later in 1942, Iyer was once again saved from certain death. One day his wife came running to Bhagwan and prayed that her husband, who was unconscious in their house, be saved. At that very moment, Iyer woke up. Years later, when I heard about this, I was a little skeptical, so I went and challenged Iyer. How is it that all the time you fall sick and Bhagwan saves you from death? He answered, What to do, Ganesan? It is not only me that Bhagwan has saved. He also saved other sincere souls from the throes of death. Then he gave me a list, his own daughter, his friend Subramanian Iyer's daughter, Jagdisha Shastri, Bhagwan's own sister's husband, and a few other names that I did not know. Iyer had 5 daughters and 1 son. Bhagwan took keen interest in Iyer's family, and every member of his family was totally devoted to Bhagwan. When I came to ashram, I wanted to know more about them and their relationship with Bhagwan. So I went to Mumbai, where one of his daughters was staying to interview her for the mountain path. Her name was Lalita Venkatraman, and she was a noted musician. She shared with me the unique relationship all of them had with Bhagwan from his Virupaksha cave days. For all of them, Bhagwan was God. Every time the family had to leave Arunachala, they would stand in front of Bhagwan and sing the song Saranagati in chorus. Consequently, this song was sung repeatedly in Bhagwan's presence for nearly 2 decades. Lalita Venkatraman told me, In fact, my father was popularly known as Saranagati Ramaswami Iyer or Saranagati Tata. She continued, Since my husband was employed in North India, I could come to Tiruvannamalai only on rare occasions after my marriage. Whenever I was in the ashram, I would sing and accompany myself on the veena, and Bhagwan would listen keenly with a smile. One day when I entered the hall after a long absence from Tiruvannamalai, he remarked, Look, only this morning we heard her voice on the radio, and here she is now. I had recorded 2 songs on Bhagwan, and one of them must have been broadcast that day. As a child, I have played with Bhagwan in Virupaksha cave. However, it was my elder sister Rajam who as a child was petted by Bhagwan. He would plait her hair and they would play together with her toys. My sister was so fond of Bhagwan that whenever she got something tasty or interesting to eat at home, she would rush to Virupaksha cave and share it with him. Once, a special type of paddy was brought in hand-pounded in our house. Its bran was very sweet, tasty and healthy. When the lady who was pounding it mentioned this to my sister, she took handfuls of the bran and ran to Bhagwan. Noticing Rajam's appearance at that odd hour, Bhagwan asked her whether she had brought something for him. She gave him the bran and both ate it. Bhagwan then told her how that bran would be tastier if eaten along with certain other ingredients. Rajam enjoyed great privileges with Bhagwan, but she was always aware that she was moving with God. She worshipped him every moment of her life. After a pause, she said, My elder sister Rajam was a good painter. Though she never learned painting from anyone or from any art school, her drawings and paintings had a special real-life quality in them. When she grew up, she did paintings of goddesses. She would show them to Bhagwan and he appreciated them very much. Once, Rajam did a beautiful painting of goddess Varalakshmi, an aspect of the mother goddess worshipped by married women. When she showed it to Bhagwan, he suggested that she print it and distribute it. Rajam begged and borrowed money and had it printed. In the 1940s and 50s, many puja rooms of orthodox Brahmin families had this picture. Then Lalita Venkatraman took me to her puja room upstairs and showed me 2 lovely paintings by Rajam, one of the goddess Madurai Meenakshi and another of the saint Tyagaraja. Then I remembered the painting of Bhagwan seated on a peacock with the signature Rajammal at the bottom, that was in Skandasram. All his life, Iyer was a devout bhakta. He would start shedding tears at the very mention of the word Bhagwan. In 1922, Iyer had the rare privilege of being present when Alagammal attained liberation in Skandasram. Bhagwan said keeping his sacred hands on Alagammal's head and heart to liberate her. He was a witness to Bhagwan's act of grace. Iyer was also one of those who carried Alagammal's body down to where it is now interred. He was with Bhagwan all the time till the interring was completed. On the 10th day, a linga was installed over the tomb. Kavyakanta Ganapati Muni composed an extempo Sanskrit hymn in praise of Alagammal as being even greater than the mothers of the Buddha, Jesus and Adi Shankara. Seated in a corner amongst the crowd, Iyer was listening to it with rapt attention when Bhagwan called him and inspired him to compose a Kriti in Tamil. Though Iyer was sorrow-stricken, he obeyed. Spontaneously a Kriti came to him. He noted it down on a paper and gave it to Bhagwan. Bhagwan asked him to sing it. While singing it, Iyer was amazed to see how perfectly the Kriti had turned out. When Bhagwan attained Brahma Nirvana in 1950, Iyer saw the Jyoti of Bhagwan move as meteor-like light and merge with Arunachala. Close admirers of Iyer like Kiva Jagannathan adored Iyer as a Jani. A very popular writer in Tamil Nadu during the 60s, Kiva Ja asked me to take him to Iyer's residence. Iyer was then sick and bedridden in a house opposite the ashram. The moment he saw Iyer, he put his hands together above his head and went round and round his bed shedding tears and chanting Ishwara, Ishwara, Ishwara. Then he started singing extempore verses praising Iyer. It was truly a wondrous sight. I have only heard about people becoming emotionally ecstatic and shedding tears. That day I witnessed it. On our way back, Kivaja blessed me, saying, "Adore him, Ganesan. Seek Iyer's blessings. He is a self-realized holy man hiding behind a veil of ordinariness. Do not miss this opportunity to receive his blessings. It will take you a long way on your spiritual path." Thanks to this advice, I was fortunate to receive Iyer's blessings. Iyer passed away in Chennai, and his last moments were very peaceful. His palms over his chest and ecstatic tears shedding from the outer corners of his closed eyes clearly showed that he was seeing Bhagwan in his heart. Slowly, gently, his breathing became still. Manavasi Ramaswami Iyer was now absorbed forever in Arunachala.